Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hello, everyone. This is Abdul Ghani Al Khatib talking about today Microsoft 365 for business solutions. Today, we will talk about more in deep what is Microsoft 365 and how could that solution help us in our business and environment. Let's start. Uh, Let's start by who is CloudZone. CloudZone is a IT solution provider who will host this webinar together just to introduce the Microsoft 365 solution to the Saudi Arabian clients and everyone interested to grow their efficiency and optimization and work smarter with Microsoft solution. CloudZone, it's a IT solution and service company based in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, west of Saudi Arabia. CloudZone focuses to deliver SaaS solution to the end clients. Cloud Zone focuses on professional service and delivering well trusted cloud providers such as Microsoft and other local cloud provider. We provide consultation service for the technology, providing also Microsoft solutions for Azure, for Microsoft 365, and Microsoft Dynamics, and more. Our focus on three domains is a cloud computing solutions and endpoint management that protect endpoint and computers for the users. Also, we have a department with IT infrastructure with network and CCTV solutions, firewall, and many more. We can divide our departments into two in or four categories. That is, as mentioned, cloud computing and custom development software, cybersecurity solution, and IT consultancy. This is me, Abdul Ghani. I'm an IT cloud engineer with 3 years of experience diving deeper in Microsoft solutions, certified from Azure and Microsoft, and many more. Today, we will focus on 3 points of our talk. First of all, what are the current challenges facing the business and current email providers, and how can we improve them and pass the challenges? Also, what is Microsoft 365? What is different between Microsoft 365 and old Microsoft Office's licenses and program? How to use Microsoft 365 and a practical demo for how to use email and cloud-based Microsoft solution. Okay, so let's start with our business industry and the current situation. Due to the pandemic, COVID-19, all the businesses transferred to be remote and partially remote or hybrid environment. So most of the people nowadays and businesses uses a smartphone to access their personal email and sometimes access it from personal PCs, personal tablet, and so. Most of them are using their system and they're accessing to actual business email from remote devices and most of the time access it outside from corporate networks. That allow us and open eyes for opportunity to work from home or from anywhere in the world as we are working together in the same office in the business. So people around the world, after they are using their system remotely, they're starting to use in different sector and different industry, they start to use their laptops or the business laptops from different location. Sometimes you is using your email or your system from corporate networks, business corporate network, maybe from your home, from another country, maybe from another co-location offices. Sometimes if you are using a remote devices like a tablet and something like that, you have and you must access from outside your actual network. All that different sectors lead us to use a cloud-based solution, and that is targeted from all the business opportunities. It was hard to use a full system that is remote based or cloud based due to the high expensive, and that business in the previously targeted an enterprise only. Nowadays we can target small to medium enterprise. From 2 users you can start to using your remote working environment. We have another challenges and in deep regarding to three categories. First of all, real-time collaboration. So in the past, we have to print papers to deliver it traditionally or keep it on post mail just to keep your business run. So all of our work based or working via traditional methods like delivering papers, delivering delivering items, hardware copies, and so all of that make our business is slow to finish. We need something called real-time collaboration or real-time answering, responding, and that's why we use cloud-based system. So Microsoft solution could help you to use a real-time interaction with your colleague, with your business, with your people, with your customers, all of that in one platform. Another thing we need to focus is the security. And nowadays we have a critical news and critical situation in the world that is somehow targeted some countries, and security and cybersecurity issues targeting the individual and targeting a small business sizes of companies more than an enterprise, because uh, one of the attacks or one out of 10 attacks target for the enterprise is was targeted medium and small size companies, and then they leverage their access to reach the enterprise level. Cyber attack and phishing are increasing nowadays. So most of the attacks targeted the business, starting from phishing email campaign. Also, employees they are using system with somehow is not protected, or maybe they are vulnerable for another attack. Some businesses still using cracks, they uses unofficial programs to install on their PCs, and so that is make the vulnerability or attack surface is a large for the people and the hackers to exploit their systems. Also, as I mentioned, a lot of people nowadays using their personal devices that includes phone mobiles, maybe the tablets, iPads, and so maybe their laptops from homes, accessing their business email. How many of you checking their email daily from the personal mobile? As we know, all of the companies not providing you a special mobile just for to open or check your business. So 90% out of the total employees using their personal personal mobile devices to check their business email. And that make the threat is very large and very high for the users to be attacked. Also, from the cost wise, so solution to connect all the companies together or migrated to be cloud based is costly and very expensive to do. So that's why Microsoft focuses to deliver one of the key business solution like email or professional email address to be on cloud, collaborated with all the the other colleague and other employees. In the past, you have, if you need to a professional email address, you have to make an active directory and look and hosting your business email on local environment, on server, and exchange server, and so that all moving around to be a single subscription starting from $5. It's a cost wise is it cutting very expensive budget from the past moving nowadays. So you don't need to nowadays, if you need to make a professional email, no need to buy an exchange server or hosting on a local environment. So legacy system is moving around to be a smart system using a cloud computing. that's uh, that's my part, discussing more in deep what is the challenges. Moving to my colleague, Mr. Umar Ubaid from Logicom company. He will discuss more about what is the advantages of Microsoft solutions, Microsoft 365, and how can we improve our work together, plus showing you the demo how Microsoft 365 works. So moving to you, Mr. Omar.
Thank you very much, Abdulghani. Can you hear me, guys? Is my voice clear?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfect. Let me share my screen then. Okay, terrific. What about my screen? Can you see it? Splendid. Okay. But just to elaborate more on what my colleague Abdulghani has already said with regards to the value and the need that the market is in dire need for at the moment. Starting with the digital strategies, we can see that 84% of global business development managers are accelerating digital transformation. Everyone wants to catch the wave. It's already about too late, but you can still make it. With regards to security, security is always on top of mind. 88% of SMBs feel their business is vulnerable to an attack. And this is actually the truth. After all, no security system is 100% proof with regards to penetration and vulnerabilities. But the business owners around the world recognize the need to get on a modern technology stack with benefits of cloud-based collaboration, productivity, and security. The need for this has never been greater, actually. As this data points out, small business owners understand the need to accelerate their digital transformation. Also, increasingly, they recognize that their businesses are vulnerable to phishing, ransomware, and other security threats. But again, they aren't sure what to do about it. They know that they need to conserve cash in order to weather uncertain times, in order to prepare for the unknown. And that's why we are urging you to be more aware regarding the opportunities and the technologies ahead. Okay. One sec, it seems that there's an issue. Okay, perfect. Okay. That's why we have the all in place, the solution for the Office 365 or the Microsoft 365 as it's now called. Together and with the right tools at hand, we can help grow your business. Microsoft 365 solution is designed to equip business owners to respond to these three key challenges. In this presentation, inshallah, I will show you how our solution lets you first be more collaborative and connects your people. It allows you also to secure your business with technology that you can trust and you have high confidence with. Also, it helps, most importantly, reduce the cost. Otherwise, what's the point? But you may ask, even before starting all of this, what is Microsoft 365? What is it? What is it really about? Microsoft 365 is to put it in a nutshell, it's a secure, cost-effective, and reliable cloud solution for real-time collaboration and secure work from virtually anywhere. It helps you in terms of collaboration. It helps you in terms of conferencing, connectivity, all the solution that the modern workplace currently needs. It includes Microsoft Teams, cloud storage, and familiar Office apps, the Office web, and the Office desktop applications, depending on the plan that you're going with, in addition to advanced security options. That's why we are connecting this to the previous slide when we said that the security is on top of mind. You can use it to chat, call, host online meetings, and collaborate in real time. Perfect. Now it's the demo time. Allow me first, before we start, I've sent invitations to you guys regarding to about 23 of the registrants, of the people who have already registered for this event, so that they will be more interactive, and they might have a small taste regarding the features and the benefits that Microsoft has to offer. So you can now join the login to your accounts and join the meeting invitation on the Microsoft Teams, just to show you a brief service benefit for the Microsoft Teams and the whole Office 365 suite. But before we start, let me just share a different screen. Okay, perfect. In this presentation, I decided to take on the character of a company, a bike manufacturing company. So you can think about me as the CEO or the owner or the IT administrator of this company. And on behalf of this company, I would like to say, like most of us, I work from home. And one of the first things I do every morning is turn on my PC and log into my Office apps portal, where I can access all my important tools I need for the day. This usually means remembering a password, and we all know how much fun it can be to remember all of those. Therefore, Microsoft has made it easy. And before I show you how, I would like to point out that the service that Microsoft brings, it incorporates all the software and hardware that Microsoft has already developed. So when we are talking about Microsoft 365, we are no longer talking just about an email service. We're talking about a whole suite of solutions that interconnects with different areas in terms of service and functionality, starting with the login to the Windows. So as you can see over here, let's say that I would like to log in to my device, but I don't need to use any password. So the term that we are trying to go with, the trend that we are trying to follow, is the passwordless. So when I click over here on login, you can see that the device, of course, this is a simulation only. You can see that the device has special camera. This camera will see facial recognition and make sure that I'm the person who I claim to be. It's just an authentication methodology, and lets me in to my account. So when I power on my PC, did you notice the little bouncing eye on the screen? That's Windows Hello for Business. Using the front camera of my device, it recognizes my face and then uses my face as my password. How cool is this? It's not, I know it's already been done in terms of the mobile technology, but Windows trying to replicate all the advantages in Android and iOS to its operating system. The importance of this lies in that it turns out that passwords are the #1 security threat. According to a recent 2020 Verizon data breach report, 80% of hacking-related breaches used either stolen or weak passwords. That's why we try to put a lot of weight in terms of protecting the authentication methodology that you log in with. Type. Now that I'm logged in, I can get to work. I'll hop on my browser and head to my apps portal. Let's all launch our my app portal by going to office.com. For me, since this is a simulation environment, but you can do this with your accounts. Okay. Okay, as you can see over here, if I try to log in to my account, I'll need to access multi-factor authentication. We're currently hammering on the security. Let's click over here. The authentication method has been simplified using the Authenticator app. All you need to do is to approve or deny the login process. So if I click on approve, all I need to do is provide my fingerprint or my mobile password, and by then I'll have access to my email service and my Office 365 suite. With all of the Microsoft Authenticator app provides further protection in MFA. Our phones provide an extra layer of security on top of our PIN code or fingerprint. And we can use the Authenticator to sign in to Outlook, OneDrive, Office, and so on and so forth. We're also able to protect all our accounts with two-step verification. Type. As a company, since I'm leading, let's say, a project on the new e-bike model, I touch lots of different parts of the business, and I generally start with email. So I'll open my Microsoft account, Microsoft Outlook app, which you're seeing. Let me just share it with my screen. By the way, you can also open it using a browser. Let me, first of all, share my different screen. One sec. Okay, perfect. I'll show you. This is, first of all, the Office 365 suite. In order to log into it, all you need to do is to go to login.microsoft.com. You log in here and you put on your credentials, your access credentials, and you will have access. As you can see over here, you will, on the left bar, you will see all the applications or most of the applications that the Office 365 suite offers. So if you would like to see all of it, we can click over here and you will see all the tiles that present each application. In this presentation, in this demo, inshallah, we'll cover the most basic ones, the most important ones. Okay, starting with the Outlook. Let's go to the Outlook. I would like to show you a couple of scenarios that the daily user comes across. Before we start, let's say that I have opened my account and I can see that I have a new email. For example, the NW 2000 e-bike press release. Okay, let's click on it. I can see that I have an attachment over here. It looks like someone sent me the latest update of the press release, and that's great because it's going to be out soon. So another security movement, even just clicking on this press release and opening it in Microsoft Word from my mail security tools like Microsoft Defender, automatically scan the document as it's going to make sure it doesn't contain any malware or anything suspicious. Any document that comes to my account will be scanned. And the beautiful thing is it will not take a long time to be scanned. Microsoft puts on a dynamic scanning methodology, meaning that if I get any message with an attachment, first of all, the message will be delivered to the mailbox without the attachment. So you will know that you have already received the message, and it will give you a small note just above the message saying that there is an attachment, but it's getting scanned at the moment. Where you will wait for about 1 or 2 minutes, and then when the attachment is proven to be harmless, it will be delivered to your account. This is one of the main benefits of the service. I have another email in which it has some links. And I'll need to remind you that this account is already protected by Microsoft Defender for Office 365. I need to distinguish between the two offers, the two plans, let me say. the Office 365, the Microsoft Defender for Office 365, and the Microsoft Defender as an antivirus. These are two different services. With the email service, it's protected by Microsoft Defender for Office 365, and we already have activated this on our device. So let us click over here. Let's see, this seems to be a harmless link, so it already redirected us to the website. Let's click on this one. Oh, as you can see, this page cannot be loaded because it seems to have been harmless. Microsoft Defender has already detected that this is a harmless link, therefore it prevented me from accessing it. And you will have options whether to show the original link or not. Of course, most of us will, as IT administrators, will prevent to hide the link so that even the user won't try to access it from another browser or another device. So this is like a mechanism for protection. But this is in terms of the email service. I would like also to show you the back end of the Defender platform, just to see how security is actually implemented in. Let us go to the administrator page. I'm not sure if this account has access. Perfect, it seems to have. Okay, beautiful. Let's go to security. We'll see the details of the service, and we'll discuss the main benefits and feature of it. Of course, you already know that the main threats of any email service providers or any email service is, first of all, the spamming attacks, then the phishing, the malware. Those are the main 3 points. We'll see how the Defender protects you from those. So we'll go to the policies and rules, and we'll go to threat policies. As you can see over here, those are the main pillars for protection. You will have the anti-phishing, anti-spam, anti-malware, safe attachments, and safe links. By default, any Office 365 plan will have at least the anti-phishing, anti-spam, and anti-malware. However, should you purchase the business premium plan, you will also get the Defender plan one, which includes the safe attachments and the safe links. Like, what are the differences? Of course, the anti-phishing is already very, very clear, I believe, which protects you from phishing, the spam also, and the malware protects you from the malware. It's really straightforward. But since I have over here anti-malware, why would I need the safe attachments? Actually, the anti-malware only protects email attachments. However, the safe attachments protect the email attachments. It protects the attachments on the Teams, on the SharePoint, on the OneDrive, and throughout the whole premises of the Office 365 suite. So in order to get a whole ecosystem that provides protection, at least a decent layer of protection, you will need to go with the safe attachment feature. The same goes for the safe links, as it protects you using a huge library that Microsoft has with regards to suspicious links and harmful websites. It already has a huge library, and it scans any link with this library to make sure that there are no matches with the links. I wouldn't want to go deep with regards to the details of the services. So let me just give you a brief on how you can implement a decent level of security just with a couple of clicks. Let's go to the presets, to something called preset security policies. This is a really neat solution that Microsoft or feature that Microsoft has come up with. So let me show you just a glance about this service. Now it will load the main features of the service, and you will see two security options. The first one is the standard protection, and the second one is the strict protection. Of course, this is a real life demo. Hopefully it will not fail me. It will load. The beauty of the service, of the feature, is that it allows you to protect your Office 365 environment by just choosing the people, the users, the groups, or the domains that you would like to protect. That's it. It won't ask you anything else. So how will it actually do it? Microsoft will take care of the preset security policies. Microsoft itself will do the most basic, standard, and best practices in terms of implementation and configuration for the security settings, and it will keep updating them. So it will not just do it a one-time thing and it will leave you hanging. In case there are any threats, any advanced malware that wasn't covered with the previous settings, Microsoft will update the security configuration on its own regularly. It will do this weekly. So let's start by explaining the two options. We'll have the standard protection and the strict protection. What are the differences? The standard protection, from its name, you can see that it's the first level. It's not that strict in terms of security implementation. It lets the user have a chance in terms of receiving some of the suspicious mail. As for the strict, it's absolutely aggressive in terms of receiving emails. So you might face a lot of false positives when you implement the strict protection. Let's try to implement the basic. All I need to do is click on manage or enable, and I'll see that the EOP protection I'll see the EOP protection page. The EOP protection page stands for Exchange Online Protection, which is the free protection service. You don't have to buy any license other than the Exchange Online Plan 1 or Plan 2, and you will have the service by default. Over here, all you need to do is to pick certain users or groups or domains. Let's assume that I would like to implement this security feature on my whole domain. All I need to do is to write the domain name. So I click, this is my only domain because this is a demo tenant. I click on next. The same goes with the defender. So I have two layers of protection over here since I have a business premium license. The first layer is the EOP, which is for free. The second layer is the defender for Office 365, which is free if you have the business premium license. So the same goes over here. He'll ask me with regards to the second layer of protection, what would you like to protect? Of course, I'll click on also all my domain, my whole domain, and I click on next. And voila, you're all done. All you need to do is click on confirm, and you will have the most recommended and the best practices in terms of security implementation done automatically by Microsoft on your behalf. This is a really neat service that takes the headache away from the IT administrators who already are bombarded with loads of tasks and things that they have to do all day long, and they most probably they won't have time just to implement the security on the Office 365 settings. So this is a perfect solution for someone who's just getting into Office 365, and it's a real relief for most IT administrators knowing that at least I have a decent level of security by clicking 3 buttons. Type. Beautiful. This is in terms of security. What about compliance? What about data loss prevention? So we have already covered those, but before moving forward, I'd like to also give you a glance about the ramifications of enabling the standard security methods. So as you can see, I've already enabled the standard. Let's check the policies after enabling the standard preset security. You can see over here that I have the default security settings and I have the standard preset security policy. It has been enabled today on the 7th of March 2022. So I have just enabled it and its status is on, so it's taking action as we speak. This is the beauty of the service, and you can see this in all of the policy settings, in the safe attachments as well. As you can see over here, standard preset security policy, and you can see this in the safe links. You can see the built-in protection, which is the default, and the standard preset security policy. All with the click of 3 buttons, I have almost covered all of my security needs when it comes to Office 365. طيب, beautiful. Going back to my Office 365 login page or the dashboard that I have, I can see that I have many solutions over here. Many of those most of you are already familiar with, such as the OneDrive, which is used for sharing data and live collaboration. But today I would like to take this chance to introduce you a bit into Microsoft Teams, which was which is actually it's still increasingly getting more and more popular. I'm sure already many of you have used this tool earlier, especially during the pandemic. We'll have just a quick brief regarding the main features of this service. Starting from the chat service, the chat service is self-explanatory. Actually, you can do text messages. You can send messages. You can send files and folders. You can send uh, audio messages as well, and you can do audio conferencing with one-to-one sessions. As you can see, I have already here my session that I have invited you on with regards to Microsoft. And the thing that's more important when it comes to Microsoft Teams is the Teams tab. The Teams tab, in a nutshell, it gives you an opportunity to arrange and to collaborate with a team. You can create teams, you can create channels for these teams, and you can even assign tasks, share documents, do some announcements, and make conference meetings. But starting with a team, how can I create a team? All you need to do is to click over here on join or create a team. I'll create a team from scratch. I click over here. I'll make my team public so that anyone, when I say public, it's not public to everyone, even external users. It's only public to internal users. So I'll give it a name. Let's call it IT services team. I can put a description over there, but let's go to the second page. Perfect. I believe my team is ready. I can invite other members. Let's invite, for example, Adele. I'll click on add and we'll close this. Perfect. As soon as I create a team in my Microsoft Teams, I'll get something called general. This is the general tab. Actually, it's called a general channel, and I can create multiple channels, as you can see over here in other team areas. I have the NWB 2000 e-bike. Actually, this team is it revolves around projects. The way I can structure my teams is either through departments like the finance, IT, sales, and so on and so forth, or based on projects. Like if I have the Ministry of Interior project, I have Aramco project, I have blah, blah, blah project. You can create based on these two main structures. Or if you have any other structure in mind, you can also do it accordingly. The beautiful thing about channels is that you can make them private as well. So for example, let's say that I have an IT services team. I can create another channel, add a channel, and I'll call it the infrastructure channel. Okay. And the privacy, I can make it to private people. So only people that I invite within this team will be able to access this channel. I'll click on create. And you can see over here that I have created an infra channel that enables me to post any new updates, to share files, to do meetings, instant meetings, and much, much more. So here comes the true power and the true benefit of Microsoft Teams, in that it can help you ease in the collaboration between your team members. If I click on files over here, you will see that I'll be able to either upload or create, I can either upload or create new files in which all my team members within this channel can work on. For example, if I open the Word document, I'll call this infra 1, I'll create it. One might assume that this will open a new tab in which the Microsoft Word Online will reside on, but actually no. All of this will be done within Microsoft Team itself. You can see that there is a huge advantage with adopting the Team service in that it encapsulates all of the main applications, all of the main services within one platform, within one application. And you can do even more. So I can work over here on a test report. I can also allow multiple users to work on this document at the same time, providing the ultimate collaboration when it comes to data editing and data input. Okay, what more can I do with Microsoft Teams? I have already proven the main benefits of the service, but can I go a step further? Actually, you can. When it comes to integration and interoperability with other solutions, you can have great leaps when working with Microsoft Teams. For example, if I click over here on this add a tab button, it will ask me what kind of tabs do I want. And we'll see two types of applications that I can incorporate in this tab. The first type of application are the Microsoft applications. So you will see the OneNote, the Stream, Whiteboard, Excel, the lists, Power BI, and so on and so forth. Actually, I'm interested in one of the applications that Microsoft is providing. Let's try, for example, let's search for Planner. Actually, doesn't look like it's here. Let's search for an application. Let's see if it's available in the apps. Since this is a demo account, some of the main features might be lacking. Let's search over here. Okay. Perfect. Beautiful. So this is the planner or tasks as it's now been rebranded. But let me see if I can add it to a team. I'm not sure if I can. Okay. Beautiful. It's already here. Let's create a new plan. I'll call the tab tasks and I'll save this. Perfect. This will show you a new tab, a new service. This service allows you to do some basic project management and task assignment tasks. For example, if I have a team of 4 or 5, for example, and I would like to arrange them and assign some tasks to them as a project manager. So all I need to do is go to this tasks tab. And by the way, all of my employees that are under this project or who are under this department, all of this team will be able to have visibility and interact with this page. So if I click over here on to do, I click on add a task, I can create any task that I like. For example, let's call it prepare or develop the security report. Perfect. I can set a due date for this assignment. I'll need it by next week, for example. I can assign team members, for example, Adele, and I click on add task. Perfect. So now Adele can, first of all, be aware of the tasks that I have assigned her. She will receive a notification on her email address, and she'll have visibility over this tab. So once she's done, I can also, by the way, add more details regarding this. Just one sec. As you can see over here, I can add more details. I can change the bucket that it's that the assignment is under. I can check the progress, either not started, in progress, or completed, and I can set the priority. I can also add attachments, comments, and so on and so forth. Okay, perfect. I'll even be able to see a schedule of all of the tasks under this team. As you can see, since I have created, first of all, here the develop the security report, it will be shown here like a calendar actually. And you can see charts based on the tasks that you have, statistics, how many not started, how many in progress, how many of those are late, completed, and so on and so forth. Type. Perfect. This this integration with with Microsoft Teams, the integration between the planner and Microsoft Teams is very popular, to the point that Microsoft is already recommending it with every team service. So the first step that you can take when you are using Microsoft Teams, the most recommended one is to integrate or to add a tab for your team with the planner and start assigning tasks accordingly, which will make the project management aspect much easier, especially when it comes to smaller projects, small or medium, that don't require advanced tools. This will encapsulate mostly all of your work in Microsoft Teams and make you utilize its services to the max. Like, going back to Microsoft Teams, I would like to show you also a bit of the services when it comes to online meetings, when we are talking about conferencing. I've already told you that you can do conferencing with one-to-one and with several people at the same time. So you can make this even easier when it comes to teams. For example, if I have a team in place, all I need to do is click over here on Meet Now, and all the members within this team will receive the call at the same time. So you wouldn't need to invite them every single day. This will make your work much easier. Also, with the live teams, let's say I have a meeting now. All I need to do is click over here on join. I'll mute myself since I'm talking with the StreamYard. Okay. So I've already joined this Teams meeting. You can see the participants. Of course, it's only me at this time, but you can leverage many advantages in terms of the service. You can, first of all, start recording sessions, but please bear in mind that this feature is only available in business premium and enterprise level licenses. So if you have business basic, business standard, it will not cover the recording functionality. You can also take advantage of for example, the together mode. Let's click on it. You will see that I'll have like an arena or an auditorium, and each member will be sit on one of those chairs. So it's a really neat service as well. Of course, you'll also benefit from the blurring your background and background effects, and you'll be able to change them. Let's see. It's apologize for the delay. It seems that my device is a bit slow today for some reason. Oh, great. Okay, maybe we can skip this for now. Unfortunately, it seems that there are some technical issues. Let's exit this page. طيب. Beautiful. Let's go back again to Microsoft Teams, and I would like to show you something, but this time it's from not specifically security functionality. Let's put it in the compliance category. Let's assume that I have some sensitive data in my company, like passport numbers, like credit card numbers, social security numbers, and so on and so forth. Even if we have, let's say, some special top secret projects, that I would like to make sure that my company doesn't none of my employees, none of my company members leak such data. How will I be able to protect it? I'll be able to do so by enabling DLP methods and start labeling my applications. I wouldn't want to bother you with the implementation of this service, but I would like to show you a quick peek into the ramification of the implementation itself. Okay, let's assume that one of my colleague, let's say Adele, wanted to send me a quick chat. Let's go. I have my Adele page open over here. Let's go to the chat. One sec. Okay. Let's say that I would like to send a message. Here's the message. Let's copy it and paste it again. This message is a credit card number. It's very obvious. So let's try to send it. I've already done it before, but let's do it again. Will it get delivered? Oh, as you can see, the message has been blocked. I don't know why this account is in Arabic, but it translates to the message has been blocked. Why is that? The system, the DLP system within Office 365 have already recognized that this type of data is not authorized to be shared, neither internally nor externally. You can set several rules, either to do this only externally to block the sensitive data from going externally, and you can block it even internally.
Okay, Mr. Omar, can we just collaborate or have a question regarding this feature
Sure.
exactly? Okay, how can you recognize the critical information? So, will you enter a format for the passport number, or okay,
Uh,
moving out to the passport password itself? How can you
mhm.
recognize this is a password? You cannot share it.
Perfect, perfect. With the passport numbers, actually, Microsoft has made it a bit easier. So it has already created a library for the most passports, for example, US passports, Saudi Arabia passport, Canadian passports. It already has a library that identifies this. And there are some trigger words. For example, some people might put passport next to this number. So the system might recognize it this way. But what if I have some data that's not global data, not it's not related to any credit card or any social security number. It's related, for example, For example, iqama number or something related to a project that I have created. I can create my own template of or create my own label on which Microsoft will detect illegitimate or any data leakage with it will compare it and match it to the template that I have created and work accordingly. So you can either set protection and compliance rules based on global templates like the US passports or the social security numbers or even the credit card numbers, or you can work by or you can develop your own. I hope this has answered your question.
Yes, absolutely. So it's a kind of AI based system to catch the keywords, so then he can blur the some critical information.
Exactly, 100%. 100%. So this actually can be taken even a step further. You can protect the labeling not only throughout Microsoft Teams. You can do this. Unfortunately, this is out of the scope of this workshop. But with the Intune service and Azure information protection, which are also services within the Microsoft 365 Business Premium, you can implement those to protect data on your desktop device, on your local applications. For example, let's assume that I have this Word document. If I have a Word document and it has some critical information, I can create some labels to scan all of my data's documents and see if any of my documents have a critical data, confidential data. It will prohibit the owner of this document from sending it anywhere outside the company. So it will be only internal data to prevent any data leakage. So it can reach even this point, not only the cloud-based data, even your company's data that reside on your employees' devices, whether it's mobile phones, laptop, workstations. It will do the entire 7 yards of protecting your infrastructure data. So you won't need to worry about any data leakage in that case. Clear?
Yes, okay. If you'd like, we can move to the Q&A slide.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Let's
There
see
is a
if I have.
question says, how can we use Teams with Microsoft 365?
Okay. I believe actually this is a really great question. When it comes to Teams, it's already integrated within the service. Let me show you how. Let's say that I have Teams over here. I have, in terms of the integration, all the members of my company will already have access to any team that I include them in. All I need to do is just, for example, if I wanted to add any team member, let's see over here, add member. All I need to do is to type a letter and the autofiller will recommend my team members, as you can see over here. So it already has the access to the identity library that I have. Furthermore, with regards to the files area of the Microsoft Teams in which I can share it with my employees, it's actually, in reality, it's just a SharePoint site that is incorporated within Microsoft Teams. Therefore, I can open it even in SharePoint. If I click over here, so as you can see, the X1050 launch team, it's empty, of course. Even over here, it's empty. But if I go to this over here, let's see if I have a file in here. No, it's empty. Did I create one over here? Okay, let's create one. Did I create one? Let's create a new file. Okay, and I'll save it. Save. It's already auto-saved, as you can see. Let's try to open it in SharePoint. It's already there because it is tightly integrated within it. The thing about Microsoft Teams is that it is just a combination. It comprises of all the features in Office 365. So with the calling and conferencing, the calling aspect and the conferencing aspect of Microsoft Teams relies heavily on Skype, and the file sharing and documentation relies on two parts: on OneDrive when it comes to direct chat one-on-one. When we are chatting over here and we are sharing files over here, it doesn't share throughout the Teams, throughout the SharePoint. It shares throughout the OneDrive. When I do any file sharing in here, it's done through the SharePoint. So Microsoft Teams is just a combination of all of the services of Microsoft 365. And my recommendation is to utilize it, especially when it comes to internal activities, instead of your email communication. So you can do most of your communication, most of your emails throughout, you can do them as a chat text messages, which make things much faster in terms of talking to someone and receiving a reply. It's instantaneous. Whereas when you're using your email, you will send it, you will wait until that person is until that person opens the email, and then he'll reply to you. The messaging methodology is really slow, really slow. People tend to delay the response when it comes to messages. So that's how tightly integrated Microsoft Teams is with the Office 365 in general.
Brilliant. Okay, we have another question says, do we need to connect our Microsoft 365 emails to another SIM in order to protect our emails?
Okay, when it comes to the SIM itself doesn't protect. Can I see the question? Let me
Yes.
see. Okay, 1 second. Do we need to? Okay, when it comes to SIM, you can either use the Azure Sentinel, which is a SIM service by Microsoft, or you can use any third-party SIM. It's really easy to analyze the data and gather the logs of all the information of Microsoft Teams. So it's nothing to worry about. But if you have a really tight requirements when it comes to security and high compliance and standards that you need to follow, you can utilize either Azure Sentinel as your SIM service or any other third party, but definitely you can integrate it and you can gather the data from Microsoft Teams.
Great. Another question says, okay, regarding another thing to the security, do they have sandbox to analyze the email attachment? Okay, are we still alive?
Yes. Sorry, I was
Okay.
just briefly disconnected. Okay, can you repeat the question?
The another question regarding to the security, do the Microsoft 365 have a sandbox so to that could analyze the email attachment?
Yes, definitely. As we have implied earlier, or as we have referred to earlier, when you are receiving any attachment, it won't be delivered immediately, especially if you're enabling the dynamic functionality with email delivery. With the dynamic functionality, it delivers the message only without the attachment. It might take the sandbox system to 2 to 3 minutes to analyze any attachment. Afterwards, after it scans it thoroughly, it will reply to you whether it will deliver the attachment if it's safe and clean, or it will block the attachment if there are any suspicions with regards to the malware, to any malware or Trojan files within this attachment.
Great. Okay. Another question says, what I need to start using Microsoft 365.
Okay, great. In order to start using Microsoft 365, all you need to do is to contact Abdul Ghani. He'll help you a lot with the setting up of your account of your tenant, Microsoft tenant, and you can try it out. You can try the service. You don't to go full-fledged Microsoft adoption on the first go. You can start with one or two accounts and try them out. Actually, I have already created for 23 of the registrants, the people who have already registered for this service, to try out the business premium subscription. But let me see, we might actually have a trial version. Just okay, brilliant. We have actually an offer for the Microsoft 365 Business Premium. You can get a trial version. I believe it might cover up to 25 users. It will work for about 1 month, and you can try out the service through this. We can offer this through our logical marketplace, and of course, it has to be processed through CloudZone.
Amazing. So another offer that encouraged the attendees to take it and start using Microsoft.
Exactly.
We
You
have
won't
we
be
have a
charged for
question.
anything for free.
Okay, we have a question, and maybe this is the last. Can I have Microsoft 365 and Microsoft Office in one license? In one
Definitely. Okay.
license?
Okay. Let me show you the different plans that Microsoft has to offer. Okay. I don't want the enterprise. Let's go to the business plans. I'll give you just a brief overview, just to give you some idea about the services and the plans. So you will have three main plans when it comes to Microsoft 365. The first plan is the Business Basic. This plan includes the email service, the OneDrive, and the Office Online. Of course, it also includes the Teams. But many of the functionalities are not there. For example, the video conferencing recording, it's not available. The DLP services, the data leakage protection, is not available. But many of the basic features are already there. Of course, you will enjoy 50 GB of storage for the mailbox and 1 TB of storage for the OneDrive. As for the standard, it's exactly for the Microsoft 365 apps for business, or the apps for business is the opposite of this one. It only includes the applications for the service. It doesn't include any email service. It's just the application for the desktop. So you can ignore this for this time. The business standard, however, it's exactly the same as the business basic. In addition to that, it includes the desktop applications as well. So you can enjoy the desktop applications and the web applications and all the benefits of the business basic. The final plan that I would like to talk to you about is the business premium. The business premium, let me go to the business premium page. It includes a crazy number of features and benefits compared to any other plan. It includes all the services of the standard, so the desktop application and the web application and the OneDrive, Teams, and so on and so forth. It includes the video recording functionality of Teams. It includes the Azure information protection, which we talked about in terms of protection for the local devices and for the local data. It includes Microsoft Intune, which means that you can enjoy and leverage the benefits of the mobile device management and mobile application management. In addition to Microsoft Defender, Plan 1, that protects you from any suspicious malware throughout the whole premises of your Office 365 environment. So it's the OneDrive, the SharePoint, the Teams, anything related to Office 365, the emails, it protects you from all areas. Of course, you'll also enjoy the the Azure Active Directory Plan 1 and many, many more. You'll even get free Windows updates subscription as long as you have a legitimate Windows subscription for life, as long as you have this subscription active. So it's really amazing in terms of the value that it can bring. Actually, if you were to compare this to any other third party bundle of plans, in comparison to the pricing, you will need to pay about $45 to get the same value, because the M365 Business Premium also even includes the Defender for endpoints. So it also includes antivirus for your endpoints. So it's really amazing in terms of the value that it can bring. And you can check this web page or search on Google.
That's amazing.
Any other
Okay, let's
questions?
let's wait a moment if we have another question.
Actually, I have almost reached the end. So,
Yes. Yeah,
if any,
the questions are ended also. We would like to thank you so much for your amazing share here, and we would like to thank you and thank you for your time. Thank you guys for attending this amazing webinar. We have shared the Microsoft 365 details and overview, and how can we work together to work with Microsoft solution to enhance your system. Thank you so much, Mr. Umar. Thank you so much, guys. We hope that will help you to move forward and use a smart system. Thank you.
thank you, Abdulghani. Thank you, guys. And we'll make sure, inshallah, to send you a survey, a quick survey, just to get some feedback on the session. We'll pretty much appreciate it if you will be able to fill it. Thank you, guys.
Have a good day ahead.